Love is a melody that plays in your heart. So be sure when you step with care and great tact, and remember that life's a great balancing act. Keep your mouth shut whenever you are happy. Keep your mouth shut whenever you are sad. Life isn't always black and white. Sometimes you wing it. It's not about finding yourself. It's about creating yourself. The speed of your success is limited only by your dedication and what you're willing to sacrifice. The successful warrior is the average man with laser-like focus. You won't find the kind of love that your parents hid for you anywhere. If you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan, and what they have planned for you is not much. Your life improves once you realize no one cares. Commitment is what gets you started. Consistency is what gets you somewhere, and persistence is what keeps you going. Smart people learn from everything and everyone. Average people from their experiences. Stupid people already have all the answers. First, it hurts. Then it makes you stronger. Love is the most powerful force in the universe. Every time you borrow money, you're robbing your future self. Expect nothing. Never be disappointed. That mountain you've been carrying, you are only supposed to climb. Love your enemies, for they tell you your faults. Never tell your friends your plans. Stop putting too much trust in them. You came into this huge world alone and will go out of it alone. Hence, you can make any impossible thing possible by yourself only. It's your road and yours alone. Others may walk it with you, but no one can walk it for you. Even a silent man will be instantly respected if he tells the truth. Take away the paradox from the thinker, and you have a professor. There is no way to peace. Peace is the way. Let others' actions speak for them. People will show you far more than they will tell you. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. If you can dream it, you can do it. Thinking is difficult. That's why most people judge. Time heals all wounds, but leaves scars as reminders. Talent is cheaper than table salt. What separates the talented individual from the successful one is a lot of hard work. The real secret of success is enthusiasm. Don't pretend to be better than you are. Live life at your own pace. Love is about celebrating each other's successes. 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than the ones you did. Love is about compromise and understanding. What we learn from history is that no one learns from history. Life is like a play. It's not the length, but the excellence of the acting that matters. People will always project their fears and limiting beliefs onto you. What you must do is build a shield against this noise so you can protect yourself from it. It is not the mountain we conquer, but ourselves. Waiting is painful, forgetting is painful, but not knowing which to do is the worst kind of suffering. Do not answer a fool by his folly, lest you become like him. Forever is composed of nows. Not everyone will like you. That's life. Poverty is a noose that strangles humility and breeds disrespect for God and man. A man is a success if he gets up in the morning and gets to bed at night, and in between, he does what he wants to do. For it is not what happens to me that makes me great, but it is what I do. Do not laugh at old age, you are coming closer to it. Your strongest muscle and worst enemy is your mind. Train it well. Whatever you are, be a good one. A bad wife is defined by one sign. She sees her husband not as a partner to cherish, but as an adversary to conquer. Given the choice between being right and being kind, choose kind. Time heals almost everything. Give it time. Love is about listening with your heart. The past is just a story we tell ourselves. Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. Never limit your view of life by any past experience. The function of leadership is to produce more leaders, not more followers. Success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. Your words have the power to build or destroy. If you are not willing to risk the usual, you will have to settle for the ordinary. Two classes of people lose money: those who are too weak to guard what they have, those who win money by trick. They both lose in the end. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Controlling the present shapes the future. Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. Don't be afraid to make a hard choice. The hard choices are the best you end up making. You make mistakes. Mistakes don't make you. Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. Cultivate the will. Most so-called failures are only temporary defeats. If you are unhappy, you are doing something wrong. Just because you miss someone doesn't mean you need them back in your life. Missing is a part of getting over. Gratitude turns what we have into enough. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. Believe in yourself, and anything is possible. Stop complaining, whining, and nagging. It's wasted energy. Who's listening anyway? You don't have to win every argument. Agree to disagree. Honesty is the best policy, even when it's difficult. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. One should not pursue victory if the benefits are to be gained by means of loneliness and crime. Never underestimate the power of a positive thought. Don't make one person the center of all your happiness. Don't make them the reason why you are happy, because once that person walks away from your life, you're left with nothing. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. You're being judged no matter what, so be who you want to be. Learn to heal without venting to everyone. Once you realize you deserve better, letting go will be the best decision ever. Love celebrates differences. It doesn't try to change them. If you can make a girl laugh, you can make her do anything. My standpoint, armed neutrality. If you intend to consult someone about your problems, look first at how this person manages his own problems. Whatever happens to you, never take it personally. Nothing in this world is so important. You get what you focus on, so focus on what you want. Love is the greatest teacher. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react. Life is a succession of lessons which must be lived to be understood. Lend money in front of witnesses, give money without them. What would you do if you weren't afraid? You spend all your health initially for wealth, and then you spend all your wealth for one day of good health. Friendship is unnecessary, like philosophy, like art. It has no survival value. Rather, it is one of those things which give value to survival. Never lose hope. Storms make people stronger and never last forever. Have no fear of perfection. You'll never reach it. You'll ruin your life trying to make everyone happy. Love is about learning and growing together. The more silent you are, the more you are able to hear. A friend is someone who knows you and loves you anyway. Don't compare your journey to others. Focus on your own path. If your only goal is to become rich, you will never achieve it. Before you speak, let your words pass through 3 gates. Is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? A brave man dies but once, a coward many times. Curiosity about life in all its aspects, I think, is still the secret of great creative people. Don't forget that very often the best medicine is to live on without it. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. The harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. What we obtain too cheap, we esteem too lightly. It is dearness only that gives everything its value. Formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. Most of the time you have to swallow the pain and learn to grow up by yourself. Healing doesn't mean that damage never existed. It means that damage no longer controls your life. Your attitude determines your altitude in life. As humans, we adjust to new conditions and discoveries. We are pliable. Do not be contentious and quarrelsome, for such people never get out of a beggarly state. Live as you can if you cannot live as you want. Love is the key to a fulfilling life. Don't compare your life to others. You have no idea what their journey is all about. People of higher morality do not consider themselves moral. Therefore, they have the highest morality. It's not the mistake that matters, it's how you interpret the lesson. A love is like a serious illness, an illness from which you never entirely recover. Education and knowing things mean nothing if you're not willing to put in effort and use what you know. When I despair, I remember that all through history, the way of truth and love have always won. There have been tyrants and murderers, and for a time they can seem invincible, but in the end, they always fall. Think of it always. Failure is the condiment that gives success its flavor. He travels the fastest who travels alone. Don't take life too seriously. No one gets out alive. You can tell more about a person by what he says about others than you can by what others say about him. Forgive your old self. You've changed. Remember, 5 years ago, you dreamed about being where you are now. Think about it. There never exists a relationship without self-interest. In short, every one of us for sure is selfish. There is no substitute for hard work. Power reveals character. Courage is the power to let go of the familiar. If a man will begin with certainties, he shall end in doubts. But if he will be content to begin with doubts, he shall end in certainties. All you have to do is pay attention. Lessons always arrive when you are ready. Stop worrying about what other people think. Honestly, who gives a shit? Do not bask in the presence of strangers with your wife, and do not quarrel. The first is a sign of stupidity. The second is a sign of rage. Writing down is the best way to remember if a quote in this video really resonated with you. Pause this video and share it with us in the comments below. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a harder battle. Action is the foundational key to all success. Maybe the path that scares you the most is the one you need to take. Choose happiness. It's a choice, not a result. Do not slander your neighbor, so you won't hear something that yourself will not rejoice at. A river cuts through a rock, not because of its power, but because of its persistence. Being lonely is not the same as being alone. Supreme excellence consists of breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. Having been poor is no shame, but being ashamed of it is. Choose your friends wisely. The fastest way to become better is to surround yourself with better people. Watch for big problems. They disguise big opportunities. Your value is not determined by someone else. Be humble to those who praise you, pleasant to those who honor you, kind to those who cherish you, good to those who love you, and generous to those who adore you. The journey to your success will always begin with the small step of taking a chance. Always listen to your gut. Somehow it knows many things that you wouldn't expect. Faith is the highest passion in a man. Time flies. One day you are 30, the next you are 50. Plan now for what you want 50 to look like. If you don't build your dream, someone else will hire you to help them build theirs. We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give. Adversity has the effect of eliciting talents which in prosperous circumstances would have lain dormant. Remember that your children are not your own, but are lent to you by the Creator. Don't share your personal life with anyone. The pessimist sees difficulty in every opportunity. The optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. True wealth is measured in experiences, not possessions. A negative mind will never give you a positive life. Being private, staying low-key, and not telling everyone everything is self-care. If you want to get rich, think of saving as earning. To know your enemy, you must become your enemy. Do not take life too seriously. You will never get out of it alive. Life is a series of collisions with the future. It is not the sum of what we have been, but what we yearn to be. One day, the people that don't even believe in you will tell everyone how they met you. Money is only a tool. It will take you wherever you wish, but it will not replace you as the driver. Don't wait for opportunity. Create it. There is no better way to save yourself than saving money every day. Compound interest can do wonders. Be kind to unkind people. They need it most. Realize you cannot control everything or everyone, but you can control yourself, and that's even better. One day, you'll laugh at how much you let this matter. Love is patient. Love is kind. We can complain because rose bushes have thorns, or rejoice because thorns have roses. People run from rain, but sit in bathtubs full of water. woman becomes smarter when she is in love, whereas a man loses his mind. Learn from the mistakes of others. You can't live long enough to make them all yourself. The person with big dreams is more powerful than the one with all the facts. Don't hit at all if it is honorably possible to avoid hitting, but never hit soft. If you stopped seeing the world in terms of what you like and what you dislike and saw things for what they truly are in themselves, you would find a great deal more peace in your life. Much suffering and much unhappiness arise when you take each thought that comes into your head for the truth. Trust is easy to build, but can be shattered in seconds. Wealth, like happiness, is never attained when sought after directly. It comes as a byproduct of providing a useful service. The things you do for yourself are gone when you are gone, but the things you do for others remain as your legacy. You can cut all the flowers, but you cannot keep spring from coming. The most valuable currency is not money, but time. Spend it wisely. If you work hard enough one day, you'll reach a point where you don't work for money. You aren't always responsible for the first thought you have, but you are responsible for the second one. It's a slow process, but quitting won't speed it up. Not everyone wants to see you succeed. Some will even go out of their way to see you fail. Perseverance is not a long race. It is many short races, one after the other. You should have ways of making money that other people know nothing of. The fact that you aren't where you want to be should be enough motivation. If you wait until you're ready, you'll be waiting for the rest of your life. Never buy a thing seduced by its cheapness. Such a thing in the long run will cost you dearly. The family you create is more important than the family you come from. Learn to say no and know your rights. Start saving your money. Don't spend it on homes you can't afford, fancy cars, and running your credit cards to the max. In the end, you'll be much happier. Save your children's tears so they can shed them on your grave. Love liberates. It doesn't imprison. Every day is a bank account, and time is our currency. No one is rich, no one is poor. We've got 24 hours each. Where wolf's ears are, wolf's teeth are near. Rule your life with your mind, not with your feelings. There's always time to change your path. You won't find the kind of love that your parents had for you anywhere else. Every encounter has a purpose. The function of prayer is not to influence God, but rather to change the nature of the one who prays. Don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you are done. If you can survive your own thoughts, you can survive anything. You only fail when you stop trying. Some things cross your path, but not all should stay. Love is the bridge that connects to souls. In order to help another effectively, you must understand what he understands. The saints are the sinners who keep on trying. Stop being so available to people who are only there for you when it's convenient for them. Free yourself from society's advice. Most of them have no idea what they're doing. Women make even the men more sophisticated. If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. I am enough of an artist to draw freely upon my imagination. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world. Imagination often inflicts more pain than reality. Don't chase happiness. Just stay positive, and you will experience joy. Silence speaks volumes in joy and sorrow. Too many people spend money they haven't earned to buy things they don't want to impress people that they don't like. Judge your success by the degree that you're enjoying peace, health, and love. Never give up on what you really want to do. Be careful the stories you're telling yourself about your current circumstances. A handful of negative thoughts has no space for positive ones. The real question of life after death isn't whether or not it exists, but even if it does, what problem this really solves. Love is the language of the soul. Love is a journey, not just a destination. Stand by your own trial and not by what others say. It is impossible to exist without passion, for without risk, there is no faith, and the greater the risk, the greater the faith. Failure is the condiment that gives success its flavor. The fear of death follows from the fear of life. A man who lives fully is prepared to die at any time. Be humble to those who praise you, pleasant to those who honor you, kind to those who cherish you, good to those who love you, and generous to those who adore you. The world owes you nothing. It's too big and has too much going on to care about you. Give a bowl of rice to a man, and you'll feed him for a day. Teach him how to grow his own rice, and you will save his life. Be obsessed with becoming the best version of yourself. Life is a shipwreck, but we must not forget tossing in the lifeboats. You must expect great things of yourself before you can do them. If there was nothing wrong in the world, there wouldn't be anything for us to do. A planless goal is just a wish. You think you know someone, but mostly you just know what you want to know. We are the average of the people we spend time with. Surround yourself with good people to be a good person. In life, hide your misfortunes lest you make your enemies happy. If you don't ask, you don't get. You learn more in 1 hour of doing than in 10 hours of listening. A person should not agree today to what he will regret tomorrow. Oftentimes it is not numbers that wins the victory, but those who fare forward with the most vigor. Worrying is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but doesn't get you anywhere. You don't need to worry much when someone you love leaves you. Most of the time, it's for the good. Take good care of your health. Without health, nothing will matter. No amount of money can bring you joy if you are suffering. Dogs and angels are not very far apart. Love is a verb, not just a noun. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Faith begins precisely where thinking leaves off. Watch your habits. They become your character. Close some doors today, not because of pride, incapacity, or arrogance, but simply because they lead you nowhere. Of all the liars in the world, sometimes the worst are our own fears. Unless you try to do something beyond what you have already mastered, you'll never grow. Don't ruin your health in order to earn money. You will end up spending your money to recover your health, and that is not reciprocal. There is no death, only a change of worlds. Your ambition is handicapped by laziness. Buy not what you need, but what is necessary. Your value is not determined by someone else's inability to see your worth. Whenever I hear anyone arguing for slavery, I feel a strong impulse to see it tried on him personally. Embrace failure as a teacher, a stepping stone to success. Success depends upon previous preparation, and without such preparation, there is sure to be failure. Don't be afraid to do things by yourself. Waiting for other people will cause you to miss out on some wonderful things in life. Life is available only in the present. That is why we should walk in such a way that every step can bring us to the here and now. Nothing costs so much in life as illness and ignoring an illness. It is impossible to escape the impression that people commonly use false standards of measurement, that they seek power, success, and wealth for themselves and admire them in others, and that they underestimate what is of true value in life. Thanks for watching. To make sure you don't miss any future videos, please click the circular subscribe button in the middle of the screen. You can also check out more videos on the left or our playlists on the right. Don't forget to like and share to help us spread the word. Thanks you.